On inequalities, so solve each inequality, then graph. You solve it like an equation. You always, if there's a plus, you always add or subtract to make 0 first. So you add 2, you get 0 here. That gives you for f is greater than or equal to negative 28. Then you divide by 4, divide last, right? F is normally it's equal to, but this is negative 7. So greater than or equal to negative 7, right? Then graph that. So what number is greater than? That means bigger than negative 7. So numbers that are bigger than negative 7, let's start out with negative 7, greater than or equal to, this is very important. You close that circle at negative 7. Bigger than that is negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going on forever this way, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, all positive are bigger than negative 7. Okay. This one here, there's the plus sign. Make 0 to one of these. That's like that one, so we make 0 to that minus 4h, minus 4h. That's 0. That's 5h, smaller than 15. Divide by 5, divide by 5. H is small, a number smaller than 3, right? This is less than, so this means smaller. A number smaller than 3, so at 3 you leave it at an open circle. Smaller than 3 is 2, this is 4, right? 2, 3, 4. 5, that 5 is the other way. 1, 0, negative 1. So smaller than 3 is 2, 1, 0 this way. All right, so we got a denominator of 3, so we need to multiply it all by 3 times 3 times 3. That cancels. Leave that as x minus, this is 15, smaller than or equal to, less than or equal to 6x. There's a minus plus a negative, so add 15. Oh, that's not the same as this one, so we got rid of the wrong one. Minus x, the invisible 1, right? That gives you 0, you get negative 15, smaller than or equal to 5x. Divide by 5, divide by 5, divide last. X is equal to negative 3. Oh, not equal to. This is negative 3 is smaller than, negative 3 is smaller than, so negative 3 is equal to, so this equal to right here, smaller than, negative 3 is smaller than what type of number? Smaller than negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's smaller than those type of numbers. There we go, like that. Right? Okay. So here's what you really need to know. I mean, this is really, really important. The same thing, make 0 first. Right, you get negative 12 here. Here's negative 2x. Now, and then you got less than, and then you divide by negative 2. Okay, this is very important. Anytime you divide by a negative, this inequality switch, it will change to less than to greater than. That's very important when you divide by a negative, the inequality switch. If you divide by a positive, like all these, this was 4, You divide by 5 here, you multiply by a positive here, nothing changes. Divide by a positive, nothing changes. But once you divide or multiply by a negative, this inequality switches from less than to greater than. Okay, so now you're starting at 6, open circle at 6, it's no equal to numbers that are bigger than 6. This is bigger than 6. Numbers bigger than 6. This is 5, 6, 7. So number bigger than 6, 7, 8, 9, so on and so forth. There's numbers bigger than 6. Okay. Same thing here, invisible 1. Okay. You add 5, you get 10 here. Smaller than or equal to negative 1y. You divide by negative 1. Okay, when you divide by negative 1, this inequality switch. So become less than to greater than or equal to. So this gets you negative 10 here. Right there is negative 10. Cancels y. So this is a closed circle. Okay, closed circle at negative 10. Because of this equal sign. Okay, negative 10 is bigger than what type of number? Negative 10 is bigger than negative 11, negative 12, negative 13. Okay, so this way. Same here, minus 8, and then greater than negative 24 here. Negative 1e, that's invisible 1, divide by a negative 1, so divide by a negative, that inequality switches. Okay, so e is, instead of greater than, it becomes smaller than or less than. Now positive 24 to negative is a positive, and you're dividing. So when you're doing your number line, you start out at 24 here, with an open circle. So numbers that are smaller than 24, here's 23, here's 24, 25, right, like that. So numbers that are smaller is 23, 22, 21. So any number 20, 19, they're smaller than 24. Okay, so here, same thing, you just distribute here, get negative 2h plus negative 6 greater than or equal to negative 12, add 6, you get negative 2h greater than, bigger than, that's negative 6. Then you divide by negative 2. Now, because you divide by a negative, this switches to less than or equal to. Okay, h divided by negative 2, that gets you 3. So numbers that are smaller than 3. So here's 3, close it because of this equal to. Okay, at 3, smaller than 3, here's 2, here's 4. So 2 is smaller, 1 is, 0 is, so all numbers going in this direction. Mark it, put an arrow at the end. All right, distribute first. 2x, distribute minus 10. 4x minus 2x to both sides. It's 0, additive inverse, that's negative 10 is less than 2x. Divide by 2, because this is positive, you leave your inequalities the same. You keep this the same. You leave it the same. Don't change it because you're dividing by a positive. Only when you're dividing by a negative. So here you get at negative 5, this number negative 5. Okay, negative 5 down here, open circle because there's no equal sign, is smaller than what type of number? Because that's negative 6, negative 4, negative 3, it gets bigger that way. So smaller than What type of number? It's -5 is smaller than -4, -3, -2, -1. -5 is smaller than that. So, all right, and this one too. Distribute -4x plus a negative plus a +8, -8 at -8 minus 8. You get -16 greater than or equal to -4x. Now here, because you're dividing by a negative, okay, you're dividing by a negative, this inequality switches. This inequality becomes a greater than, less than, and then don't forget the equal to sign. 2 negative is a +4. +4 is smaller than a number. So what is +4 smaller than? +4 here is a closed circle because of this equal to. It's smaller than either 3 or 5 is smaller than 5, 6, 4 is smaller than, or less than 5 or 6 or 7, those type of numbers going up that direction, okay? Now